Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of Construction Chronicles by Experion. For the benefit of our viewers, let me inform that Construction Chronicles are a series of episodes which we release focusing on aspects like construction, design, technology, innovation, sustainability, as these are the key drivers of our projects. Over the years, we have focused substantially on improving landscape in terms of design and execution. We have with us Aditi today. Aditi is spearheading landscape design in Experion. She is the one who is instrumental in the thought process that while the built forms define spaces, it is the landscaping which defines experience. And she has been instrumental in our very recent launch in Noida. And I'm very delighted to inform you that the project Satori, which is a luxury residential project in Noida, has been a huge success for us, and landscaping was very appreciated factor in our design. Aditi, welcome to the episode.
Thank you, Vaibhav. I'm glad that we could find time for this discussion.
Aditi, it is often said that rarest luxury is not in scale or height, it is in serenity. Whereas landscaping is considered in common parlance as something which is added later. Addition of greenery, horticulture, open spaces, hardscape and other elements. You know and I know that's not true. In fact, landscaping is a very strong architectural expression. We consider it as an art, something which transforms a built environment into a lived experience. What are your thoughts on landscaping in modern real estate?
So when we speak about landscape, we do not see it as a mere plantation, ornamentation or general arrangement of amenities or hardscape elements. For us, it is a defining framework that shapes how people live, breathe and experience spaces. So we generally say the landscape is not planted, it is composed. Our design approach begins with understanding landscape as a living system, one that responds to climate, nurtures biodiversity and sustainability, and evolves with time. Every project we undertake is rooted in microclimate-sensitive thinking, where landscapes are not imposed but carefully climate engineered and life designed. So amenities are never isolated features. They flow seamlessly into one another, creating expansive environments where luxury is not just seen but felt and experienced. This belief sets us apart from conventional developments because we design landscapes not for the present alone but for the generations to come. For landscaping, it is an extension of architecture language, and principles of landscape like microclimate design approach further helps us in reinforcing principles of sustainability, which is very close to our hearts in Experion.
Aditi, it's very insightful. I mean, it gives entirely a different perspective on landscaping design approach. However, it also brings another very obvious question. How do you ensure that the landscaping design intent is actually followed by the consultants whom with we work?
For us, it's extremely important to choose the right design partner. We fortunately worked with some of the best in the industry, such as Belt Collins, Singapore, One Landscape, Red Landscape. We have P Landscape, Site Concepts International, and there is SCDA, to name a few. Before we choose a partner, we are very keen to understand whether the design partner resonates with Experion's design philosophy. One way of ascertaining that is to extensively look into the work of the design firm and then evaluate the suitability. We choose to work with those who are best in the field and capable to implement the landscape design objectives. Once the partner is on board, our landscape team ensures to very closely work at every stage of the design processes and provide continuous feedback and support to achieve the ultimate refinement of design objective.
Aditi, you said something very important. You mentioned microclimate-sensitive thinking. I want to spend some time on it because it is one of the core principles which we follow when we design landscape. I also understand that this is a topic which is very extensive and compelling. Will you give us an understanding in brief as to what is microclimatic-based design approach in landscaping?
Yes, Vaibhav, it is true that we have put substantial efforts to use the design principles which are based on microclimate. I would try to keep the definition simple. The microclimate design approach aims to create comfortable, usable and inviting outdoor spaces zones wherein the local climate of certain areas is different from the surrounding general climate. Through the integration of wind patterns in the project, diverse plant species, water features and spatial layering, the landscape forms a series of outdoor pockets that enhance human comfort while supporting the site biodiversity. Placing of buildings and other structures in the manner that adds to good airflow, thus keeping the landscape spaces cool. Projects in Experion not only create microclimate zones by having the contrast of material textures, dense canopy planting, maneuvering water bodies in a way that helps in treating the air and cooling the surroundings, along with the excitement formed by the combination of natural and artificial.
Thanks, Aditi, for providing a rather simplified definition of microclimatic design approach. While I understand that, this approach involves key elements like wind, water, of course, horticulture, materials. Out of all these, I feel that wind is one of the most important factor in microclimatic design approach. Do you agree? And if you agree, you can just tell us, how do you integrate wind in our design approach?
Wind is primary element which governs most of the microclimatic design approach. It is all the more important in NCR as wind stagnation in winters have resulted in issue to air pollution, which we all are aware of. Therefore, a careful wind analysis and design approach provides an opportunity to counter the ill effects of pollution in NCR, and who would not like to breathe and feel fresh air in those winter months. Just let me stop here for a moment and rather ask you, as what are your thoughts?
Well, you have touched upon a very pertinent topic, and that is of air pollution. We all in NCR today are concerned, and this is where we feel that microclimatic based design approach should come handy. Why I say so is because aerodynamic wind flow around a project or buildings arranged in a certain geometry can create stagnant wind conditions within that area, and which calls for a very careful and properly planned wind analysis and design. In some of the countries, wind analysis is mandatory before the designs are approved. So in Experion, we as in design teams realized this much earlier, and now, as you know, we call for pedestrian wind analysis for all our projects, based on which the designs are done. Aditi, it is well said that green is not an embellishment; it is an emotional permanence. Landscaping, as such, goes beyond environmental performance. Landscaping is something which strongly shapes our emotion, bringing in the sense of calmness or stillness, as what we did for Satori, or providing a retreat or an escape within the city. Thank you, Aditi. I think we have had a very good and insightful discussion on landscaping design approaches, and microclimate, and of course, which is part of sustainability. We'll continue this discussion, and we'll also continue discussions on many other topics. To our viewers, thank you so much for your time. Please stay tuned. We will come back very soon on many other exciting topics on Construction Chronicles by Experion. Thank you so much.